Hey guys, and welcome back. All right, so in this video, you probably saw the thumbnail. What we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about the four key elements, really in any sales. Okay, so specifically, we're talking about affiliate marketing, right, online marketing. But I can tell you, I've been a sales trainer now going on 30 years, 29 years, and I can tell you, without these four things, I've never seen anybody be successful, like ever, period. It just doesn't happen. Are there things outside of that? Sure. But if you do these four things, all of the rest of those things will fall in place. So what I'm generally looking for is I'm generally looking for the core element of something, right? If you've seen any of my videos, I'm sure you know that by now. What I'm looking for, I'm not looking for the fluff. I'm not looking for the whimsical notions or what I call the coffee shop philosophy. I'm looking for the meat and potatoes of the topic. And these four things are definitely the meat and potatoes of the topic. So if you don't have something to write with, I suggest you get something to write with. Seriously, like, I'll wait. It's that important. Get something to write with, and let's do this, okay? So, number one thing, and it sounds a little corny to start with, but I don't really know how else to say it, is this is what I do in my business. I work on me, right? So you need to work on you. What do I mean by that? If you are the business, if you are in sales, and if you're in affiliate marketing, by the way, you're in sales. Whether you like it or not, you are in sales because that's what it is, right? So let's just break it down. If you don't work on you, then all the rest of the stuff, you're not going to do it. Why? Because you're not working on your mindset. You're not working on, being healthy is a good thing. All of those things, the better you are, the better you're going to do, period. So I would say work on your mindset, work on your energy, work on your physical well-being, take care of those things, because if you are the vessel, if you are the delivery service of this product or service, if you don't feel good, if you don't do good, the business isn't going to do good. Make sense? Right? And if you manage people, guess what? If your attitude sucks and people don't want to be around you, you're not going to be an effective manager. So in sales, total, this is how it is. Am I telling you to be a permagrinter, somebody that's always happy? Absolutely not. That's not reality and that's not life. As I said, meat and potatoes of it, right? So what are the meat and potatoes? Meat and potatoes are this. If you don't work on you, if your attitude sucks, if your capacity sucks, and you don't know what you're doing, you can't lead a team. And if your ability and your energy sucks, you're not going to get things done, are you? You're not going to be effective or efficient. So number one is work on you. All right, let's move on to number two. Number two is work on your business. Okay, what do I mean? That's a broad statement. So what I mean is really simple. There are always new developments. There's always new things going on. Be careful not to get caught up in shiny objects, because here's what a lot of people do, especially in affiliate marketing and especially lately, right? There's this new gadget or this new widget or this new thing, and I'm going to go over here and spend 2 weeks learning how to do it. And they get distracted from the last two things that I'm going to share with you, which are actually extremely important, and you cannot get distracted from them. They have to happen or your business will tank. So let's expand on that. Work on your business. Okay, so do you need to know things? Yeah, you need to know things. Do you need to put systems in place? Yes, you do. Is efficiency helpful? Absolutely. But sometimes what I see people doing is they're so caught up in avoiding what the last 2 points are. They're so terrified of other people, right, and rejection, that they don't actually go to work and ever start working. They're always getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. And this is sales across the board, right? I know people that have cleaned their desk 6 times a day and vacuum their office and wipe down the windows and make sure the coffee room's all clean. What are they really doing? It's called avoidance, right? They're avoiding prospecting. They're avoiding rejection. They're avoiding talking to people. They're avoiding what they're fearful of. Where the actual money is made, they make it a strong point to avoid those things. Well, you can see if you avoid those things, guess what happens? Well, you got it right. You don't make any money. That's what happens, right? And then they're like, I don't know why I don't make any money. I'm at the office all the time. Yeah, the question isn't if you're at the office all the time. It's what are you doing when you're at the office? What are you doing when you're closed in your home office working and your family assumes you're working? Are you working, or are you avoiding doing what you need to do because you're, quote, making it better, right? I see that so much. People distracted from the core elements of what actually has to happen. So I'm here to tell you, do you need to work on your business? Yes. But here's how that works. There is a time allotment for each one of these things, right? What do I mean? What I'm saying to you is there's a time allowed. There's a time allowed for working on your business and improving it. And it's a scheduled time. It's not a general time, right? If you have, 2 hours a day, let's just pick a number. If you have 2 hours a day, then 30 minutes of that, maybe, should be spent working on something that expands your business. And when that timer goes off, yes, I'm saying timer goes off, then guess what you do? You drop what you're doing and you move on to the next thing. All right, let's talk about the next thing. The next thing is creating new leads. Guess what? Without new business, without new leads, there is no business. That's the truth. You got no new leads, you got no new business. I mean, that doesn't sound like something that, I should necessarily have to say, but I got to say it all all the time, because that's the terrifying part for people, right? This one, number 3 and number 4 are the most scary for most people in any form of sales, right? Creating new leads. Well, how can you do that? That's not what this video is about. I go over a lot of that stuff, but I'm not going to go over here in this video. So honestly, that's the bottom line. If you don't create new leads every day that goes by that you don't create new leads, your business is getting that much worse. The health of your business is diminishing that much, right? That's the cool thing, though, I think personally about affiliate marketing and social media and short reels and all that kind of stuff. It's evergreen. So am I saying you can never take a day off? Absolutely not. But I am saying you have to put in the time, energy, and effort up front to earn that time so that your business keeps growing even when you're not working, right? That's the beautiful part. How to earn money while you're sleeping. I'm explaining it to you right now. You got to put in the time, energy, and effort ahead of time. And that just becomes it just builds and builds and builds and builds. You know, some of you might have heard me talk about filling a funnel, right? The idea is there's a funnel with a cork in it, and you fill that funnel, fill that funnel, fill that funnel. Well, eventually the pressure becomes so great, boom, the cork blows out. But for a while, it feels like nothing's happening. Nothing's going on. I'm trying and there's no response. I'm not getting any money. I'm not getting any paychecks here. Right. Don't feel alone. Every person in affiliate marketing, sales in general, ever, that's how they started. The most successful people on the planet in sales, that's how they started. They didn't just walk out their door one day and sales just fell in their lap. It doesn't work that way. How it works is you got to put in the time, energy, and effort, right? And it multiplies and it multiplies and it multiplies. Pretty soon, you got all these videos out there that are running 24/7 and people are seeing them. Whether you're sleeping, on vacation, at the spa, doesn't matter. They're running and they're working for you. But here's my point. Every day, right, you have to be generating new leads. And the fourth thing, you've probably guessed that by now, the fourth thing that you absolutely must do, is follow up with leads that you've previously generated. Right? Sounds simple? These 4 things I'm offering you, you might be like, oh, duh. Here's what I would say to you if you're saying to me, duh. If you don't have the business you want, it's because you're not doing these 4 things consistently. Right? I'm that confident in what I'm telling you. Absolutely, yes. These 4 things will generate massive business for people that are really good at it, for people that aren't really good at it, right? The better you are, the faster it'll work. But you're never going to get better unless you're willing to suck for a little bit. That's just how it goes. And see, I think oftentimes that's the problem that people face is they look around themselves and they're like, wow, they're so good. Look at all the competition. Guys, I'm here to tell you, as a sales trainer for that long, I promise you there's not that much competition. There just isn't. There's a lot of people that are affiliates, that are salespeople, but when you look at how they stack in form of a competition and what they actually produce, there's always just a few here at the top. There's some in the middle, and then there's a pile of people that don't actually do these 4 things that I'm sharing with you at the bottom. Now, here's the sad part. They don't have to be. They don't have to be. It's not necessary. It's not a requirement. It's their actions, lack thereof, actually, that cause them to remain at the bottom of the heap. If you want to climb to the top and you actually want to be a rock star in sales, here's what you got to do. You've got to do rock star shit, right? These 4 things I'm sharing with you may sound simple, and most things that work generally are simple. They're not complicated, right? Why is that? Because most humans won't do complicated things. These things aren't complicated, but it's challenging to keep yourself on track consistently and do them all the time. All right, and I'll add something onto this. The majority of people in sales that I've ever seen don't understand their numbers. And what do I mean by that? I mean this. They don't understand the volume of attempts they have to make to generate a lead. And then once the lead is generated, the volume of follow-up required with that volume of leads to convert those leads to actual sales, right? It's probably far more than most people think when they get started. They say, oh, I'm going to place a few ads, send a few emails, and bang, I'm going to make some sales. Well, eventually, it kind of does work that way. But here's the interesting thing about the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It has a way of balancing the scales, right? So it does multiply. Like I said to you, right? You make a video, you make another video, pretty soon you got hundreds of videos, if not thousands of videos out there working for you all the time. That's an awesome feeling. But you got to go through the part where you're not getting results to get to the part where you're getting results. As a matter of fact, it becomes a windfall of results eventually, to the point where you're like, wow, where's all this business coming from? Well, here's the fair part. It's coming from all of the effort that you put out and had the courage to stick to your guns when you weren't getting the result. That's why I say there's a big pile of people at the bottom, very few at the top, because very few people have the tenacity to stick with it long enough and hard enough, right? When I say hard enough, what am I saying? I'm saying the volume required, the volume of content you have to create, even though it's not producing the result you want right now. You have to have the knowledge and the wisdom to forecast, hey, if I just do this long enough, right? I'm not the only person that's ever said this, right? People that have been successful in many different walks of life, you know what they're going to tell you? The same damn thing. You have to be tenacious. You have to stick with it, right? I hear from people all the time. Well, I made 10 videos. I made X amount. I sent X amount of emails. Okay. Continue, continue, right? And the fear is that people have is, well, I'm not doing it good enough, or I'm not doing it. Maybe, but you're never going to know, and you're never going to get better if you don't continue to execute. That's what makes people better. Sports analogy, right? Easy one, right? Easy target. 3 points. What do? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Am I being redundant? Yes, absolutely, on purpose. On purpose, right? I'm a little aggressive about this topic, but what I really want you to internalize is what I'm saying to you. You see, these aren't just words to me. This is in me, right? This is in me. And if it's in you, here's what's going to happen. You're going to execute and you're going to win. Because why? You won't take no for an answer, right? You will not settle. Those won't even be words that are going to come out of your mouth. You're going to know that if you just continue to execute and improve and improve and improve, right? So work on yourself, work on your business, generate new leads, and follow up. If you do those 4 things, all of the other stuff, I guarantee you, will fall in place, including relationships and all the rest of it, right? Why is that? Because we like to be around people that are happy with themselves and happy with their lives and happy with their production in life. That's why. Because it's going to make you a more enjoyable person to be around. So yeah, it will even affect all of the rest of it. Work on these 4 core elements. Write them down. Burn them in your mind. Put them on your whiteboard. Put them on a piece of paper and tape them to the front door, right? Just shy of tattooing them on your face. Internalize it. Realize how important they are, and then do it and do it and do it and do it over and over and over again, right? Think about it this way. Look at anybody that you can pick in any industry on the planet that you admire, that is successful, that has made what you would consider to be something of respectful, something that you would like to have. Tell me they didn't do these things. I don't think you can, right? Like I said, been a coach and consultant a long time, worked with a lot of very successful people. And I can tell you, they all did these things. Every single one of them without fail. That's where these 4 things come from. They're core elements, right? They're meat and potatoes. So probably enough on that. If you like this kind of content, give me a like on it. If you don't, then don't. I'll see you guys in the next one.